Aimuri, your host for today. Our regular presenter is unavoidably absent for today's edition of the program. So we have with us in the studio Engineer Akemokue Lukman. Of course, it's a household name in Edo State. He's the man behind the bullets of the harmless rabbit, even though a lot of people say those bullets are actually very harmful. Good morning, Engineer Lukman.
Good morning, Isaac.
It's a pleasure to have you in the studio today.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, as you all know, he's the Chief Executive Officer of Rhemagates Engineering Consulting Ltd, a firm that specializes in the civil engineering and oil and gas industry, an alumnus of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, and University of Bolton. He's a certified engineer by COREN, that is the umbrella body, the federal government body that certifies engineers in Nigeria. He's former executive director, trade and investment to former Governor Adams Oshiomhole. He's also the publisher, like I said earlier, Harmless Rabbits Platform. So, wherever you are watching us from, please just relax and be ready to get all the bullets from Engineer Lukman. Okay. Yeah, we are counting days to the Edo State gubernatorial election. And I want to have your first-hand assessment of how we are standing as a party.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Isaac. It's obvious. Governor Obaseki, the candidate of the PDP, went round the 192 wards to meet with the people and take his mega agenda message to them. While others are busy, the other candidates of APC, they are out for self-delusion. Yeah. They gather everybody across the state in one place and take videos. Okay. But in any case, I understand very clearly that they are boasting, that they already know that Obaseki has won. Okay. And but they will rig the election by the instrumentality of the security agencies. Okay. And INEC. Okay. And they are imported thugs. Oh. The thugs they are importing from Kogi State. Okay. And of research, we also got intelligence that some are being brought in, procured from Lagos and Ibadan to come in. So it is clear that the people have already made up their mind to return Obaseki to continue his good works. That's the people of Edo State. Okay. But while the others, Oshiomhole, the evil one, who does not understand that it is a rare privilege for people to tell you to lead them, and having led people for 8 years, the worst that is expected from you is to do anything that will harm anybody among the people you have the privilege to have led. So he is planning. I don't know how he's going to do it anyway. Okay. I don't know who are going to allow their children to venture into Edo State terrain for this election. Okay.
So what you are saying is
yes.
September 19 is between the majority of Edo people and the few,
the imported thugs led by Oshiomhole, who wants to foist his crony on the people of Edo State. Okay. So the September 19 election is a clear war between the will of the people and the imposition of someone who came to lie to Edo people that one man, one vote. Unknown to Edo people that he just wanted to chase out the godfathers and make himself God. Okay. So that is what will happen on the September 19th. Okay.
Do you have some new information for us from your harmless rabbits who are always everywhere? You know,
we have our snoopy rabbits are everywhere. Yeah. But there are certain
names, identities of these dogs.
There are information we are holding now.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
We know of hotels that they are already booking for their dogs.
In Benin City?
Yeah, there's one in Gapuna.
Okay.
I don't want to mention the name now for legal reasons.
So that we don't harm their business.
But the owner, if the owner is viewing, he knows.
Okay.
There is one in Afuze.
Okay.
The person who went to pay for 20 rooms there, he knows. The owner of the hotel has been contacted. So we are sharing this intelligence, our Snoopy Rabbits right now, because a lot of things I have released over time. The security agencies have contacted me. Okay. And their investigations have shown that I have not lied at all. Yeah. And so they have now advised that some of this information, we should pass it on to them. So they are documenting and profiling them. Okay. The owners of those hotels will have themselves to blame. If the security agency storms into your hotel and find thugs who are not Edo people in your hotel, first and foremost, you stand the risk. You know what that means. I can't preempt what the security agencies will do. So we are waiting for them. We are profiling them. At least for as of yesterday, we had a clear intelligence of about 11 hotels, and they are mostly across the border places in Benin, Aduwawa, those are areas. It's just one that is in Gapuna here. And I pray that the owners of this hotel understand the implication of what they are doing, because the security agencies will storm all of them. We have told our people, don't take laws into your hands. Allow the security agencies to do their work, because we are law-abiding citizens. Let them import them. But we are waiting for them to come in first before we release the names of those hotels to the public places. We are waiting for them to come in, because most of these thugs, our Snoopy Rabbits, are taking their photographs right now, especially from Okene and Ida area. The people they are recruiting from there, a lot of them, they are meeting in Lokoja. So our Snoopy Rabbits are taking their photographs. Once they have entered and we get the security agencies to know where they are, we will release their photographs to our people. If you venture into a community that they know you, you know, our community people and our youth will do the right thing. We are alerting our hunters, our vigilantes, and our local youth. We are charging them up. Once you move in into a terrain, for instance, my place in Okbela, we cite you. You are not an INEC official, because the real genuine INEC officials and police, we will know them.
You're not security personnel.
Yeah, the security personnel. We are sharing intelligence. We will know the genuine ones. And one major way you used to know a security personnel, you cannot see a real soldier, a policeman who was trained, who took an oath of service. And I doubt whether a genuine policeman will go and supervise the hijacking of ballot boxes and operating. No. When you see somebody on uniform doing that, it's not a real policeman. The youth do the right thing.
Okay, could you explain to our viewer out there the specific use these talks will be put to? You know, because we hear, talks. What role will they actually
Let me tell you what they want to do.
I mean, from your experience,
they know the areas of our strength.
Okay.
They know them. Okay. So what they intend to do is for them to disrupt the world collation centers. Okay. The world collation centers. Okay. That is where they are planning. Okay. We have 192 world collation centers. Okay. Because their target is to ensure that the number of cancelled votes in certain areas is less than the number of registered voters. That automatically forces an inconclusive scenario. Okay. You understand? When votes are cancelled according to the voters regulations, when the votes that are cancelled are less than the number of registered voters in those areas. So you cannot declare a winner. So you will feel that certain people are different. That's what they are after. Wow. So they want to disrupt certain areas where by the time you now aggregate the number of votes that were cancelled, now say, okay, the people's vote have not been completed. You force and once you declare, you force an inconclusive situation, and how you know what they do. Yeah. So, but we will not allow them. Okay. We are preparing for them. All right. The preparations we are making for them, we will keep it in our chest.
Okay. Yes. Okay. If we want to go by our recent records, from elections, Edo State has traditionally been a PDP state. Yeah. So, where do you think the APC is drawing their strength from? This time, that they would win the election.
As we speak, APC has only one senator. That's from Edo North. Okay. While PDP has 2 senators. Okay. In all presidential and national elections, that is when the real voting, the will of Edo people always prevail. In the state elections, from the time of Oshiomhole, Oshiomhole came and gave us the impression that there are godfathers and they must be demystified. And that was what adhered him to Edo people. Okay. Now, when he came and we followed him, so you will discover a pattern. Every time there is presidential or national elections, Edo people will traditionally do the PDP thing. But whenever it comes to state elections, they will say, okay, this matter is telling us no to godfatherism, let's follow him. Are you understanding the trick?
I am.
So naturally and traditionally, if Edo people are to vote for party, it will be PDP. We know. We have been on this system. But the little grace which Oshiomhole has been using to win state elections for the APC is what he has destroyed by his hands, by trying to become the godfather himself. So the election will be it will be a revolution
against godfatherism.
Against godfatherism. So it's like a traditional PDP state. The little item that you were using to sway people to you, you have just thrown it away. So the APC, the PDP have all resolved together to use Obaseki's case to bury godfatherism for life, so that everybody in Edo State will know that in that state you cannot try godfatherism there. Do you understand?
Very well.
If, for instance, why we are really what Edo people are really looking at, if Oshiomhole is demystified, is politically buried now, and the only crime he committed is because he wants to make himself a godfather. Do you think anybody in Edo State in life, anybody will come out in Edo State and wants to be a godfather? No. So this is the thing we are talking about. This is what Edo State, the people of Edo State have all resolved that they want to do on the 19th of September. So that the issue of godfatherism will be gone for life in Edo State. Okay. So the PDP, the traditional PDP people, and the APC people which Oshiomhole have now disappointed. You saw when we were campaigning across the 192 wards that APC officials, ward chairmen, women leaders, youth leaders, they were coming out on air for APC to tear their APC membership cards. So those were the people that Oshiomhole was using the issue of anti-godfatherism to sustain. So immediately he now say that he now wants to become the godfather himself. Okay. These same people have now turned their card, they have now joined the PDP. So it's going to be a revolution. If APC is able to get 10% of the votes, it will be a miracle for them.
All right, so we'll stop it at that point. We are standing well, according to Engineer Lukman. So we will take a short break now. We will be back shortly.
Where we are presently now is the Oshiomhole power plant. The power plants will generate about 55 megawatts. As you can see there, we have 2 twin buildings with chimney channels on their heads. That is where the engines, where the generators are located. And each have 9 generators or engines each. Right immediately in our front here, that is the gas plant. The generator will be operated using gas. By my left here, this is the valve pit, where the gas is being connected to the NNPC gas pipeline. Those are the 3 major components of the power plants. The names are, that is Nigeria Electricity Management Safety Agencies. They are presently on ground now to certify the power plants and the poles starting from Ologbo here up to Benin City. Presently now they are in the Benin City area. They are the final authority to give the go-ahead. The transformation will be massive, both small scale, medium scale, even large scale industries. They will now have easy raw materials, which is power. We are expecting nothing less than 250 qualified engineers, and some of them are already on the ground. We have people from Benin, we have people even from the Ologbo communities. The engineers, some of them are from Benin, some of them also are from other states. But majority of them are from Edo State here, majority of them. So you can see that it is a very massive and important project in the economy of the state.
Yeah, welcome back to our program. We've had an explosive first segment with Engineer Lukman. So we'll continue with our questions. There's this fear or concern, that some people have shared, that with the support of APC leaders in the Southwest, allow me to mention somebody like the former governor of Lagos State. Should we see that as a threat to?
Even if you are maybe you are talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu,
yes,
the APC
yes,
national leader.
Yes.
I don't know what that is. Scripture. I don't know the constitution. I don't know where it is. Okay. Now, I am really surprised about Tinubu incursion into Edo State politics. Edo State is older than the Yoruba race. Edo civilization is a proud. We know ourselves. We know what the race stands for. So I don't know why somebody of another race will sit down in trying to expand his political frontiers. We think about annexing Edo State, Edo people, and adding it to his political baggages and all that. I don't know why he even thinks like that. I used to see him as a shrewd and a good strategist. He should have known that if he is expanding his political coast, he should have known that the Edo civilization, the race, is not a place that you can just add to your political assets. I am sending a warning to Asiwaju. This Edo State issue, if he does not remove his hand, it will perish him politically. The politics of Edo State was what brought down Oshiomhole from Abuja. And Oshiomhole was actually a surrogate. That was the person Asiwaju was backing on for his 2023 calculations. What happened?
So Tinubu should learn from Oshiomhole.
He should learn. Yeah. No, he is supposed to know that haven't been plucked of the major political assets he has against for the 2023, which is the position of the national chairman of the party. He's supposed to know that what is left, he should just remove his hands, his money, his influence from the Edo State politics. Otherwise, he's going to be buried, because spiritually, Edoris, the Yorubas migrated from here. Forget about what they are doing. If we trace the real history, even the Lagos, he stays, is part of the Edo civilization.
Benin Empire, yes.
The Benin Empire. Yes. So, how do you wake up in the morning as a strategist, as a shrewd politician, and you want to go and influence what is going on in the socio-political life of such people? So I advise him, if he wants to remain relevant in his politics, he should stay away from Edo politics. Because Edo politics, by September 19, every external hand that wants to prevent the will of the people to return Obaseki will be burnt. I can assure you of that.
Interesting. Yeah, that's an advisory from Engineer Lukman. So for those who are watching us, you can also make comments, you can ask questions, and we'll take those questions as they come in. Then another issue I want us to also address is the challenges, if any, that are before us. You know, aside the external factors we just mentioned, what other areas do you think we need to look at, you know, so that we'll have a smooth sail come September 19?
We are already doing what we do. Apart from, you know, this campaign, open campaign, is just noise speaking. The real politicking, you don't know that. Yeah. Let me give you an instance. Property owners in Benin, we are talking. I'm one of them. And let me reveal to you that I was only able to own properties in Benin when Obaseki's policy against CDA came into effect. Yeah, some of us got lands in Amagba, Iriri areas, these new areas. We had lands before, but each time you come to build, these boys, CDA boys, either they've sold the land to other people, or they come to collect their deve. I kept paying deve, and several times, some of my workers, they got injured on the side.
So they were actually attacked.
They were attacked. They would take their instrument and say, oh, you go there, beg with 250,000, 300. The developers in Benin were tired of that system. Everybody. So we left. But immediately, Obaseki came in conjunction with the Omonoba. They took it was that step, that decision was actually against his Obaseki political interest. But he doesn't consider political interest first. He considered the interest of the people. So what happened? They were able to send these CDA boys packing. I have completed the second house in Benin. Based on that quality. And what of those people, all the owners of lands that have now been encouraged to build without any molestation, who now apply for a C-4 within 30 days, you have it. What do you think? They will wait and allow Izeyamu to return CDA boys to Edo State? That side of politics, you don't campaign with it. We are doing that. Another area, look at the market woman. A woman whose all her merchandise is on the table. Perhaps a widow. They are in urban markets. They are in New Benin market. They are in the market, Ewo market in Okula. They are everywhere. After the woman has stayed in the sun, selling her merchandise. The next thing is for Akugbe boys led by Tony Kabaka, the tout, is to come and collect either 200 or 500 naira from that woman. And you don't even know what her profit is. Collecting that money to do what? For yourself. To celebrate 1 billion. My Obaseki came and said, no, we can't continue this way. This is no longer democracy.
Yeah. Like a banana republic.
Yes. Where people work and sweat. Then the next thing is for someone else who does not know how to work, who does not care whether you have to work, and become a billionaire out of it. Obaseki said no. He decided to introduce a system where you pay your tax happily, and you know. Why are you happy? You know that that money is going into the state treasury, and that money will be used to renovate schools and put Edo best inside where your child will learn.
In fact,
so
we also
are you
heard
now
that,
telling me?
Yeah, sorry to cut in. We also heard that even drivers, apart from the daily
I will
rates,
give you. I'm giving you the different areas.
They were paying a certain chairman's lunch money, like 1,000 every 12 o'clock.
About the property owners.
Yeah.
The property owners are the economic owners of Benin.
Yeah, very true.
Anybody who's able to build a befitting property,
very true,
either for rent or for use or for commercial purpose, not very a child in any way.
Very true.
Now, those people now, they are doing their work. We are not announcing that because they are looking at it as a fight for survival. Yeah. Because I can't imagine CDA boys returning to Edo State. Yeah. My God. So the women who were being molested, harassed, to force out the little money they sell in their markets, you think they will wait and allow those heydays of tigers and lions to return?
Very unlikely.
It's very unlikely.
Yeah.
What of the drivers? You see their enthusiasm. You think the freedom they are now enjoying. They are very happy. Scratch card. They pay 100 naira. That is it. And you know that 100 naira is going to the treasury. Yeah. And they are saying what the money is used for. Nobody harassed them. You could see the way Tony Kabaka was angry that a POS was brought in to collect money because Obaseki does not want even a single money to drop into his pocket. You think the women are going to wait for those bad lions and tigers to return into their market? No. The drivers, the same thing. Yeah. They were being harassed. This one will take money from you. This one, you see the way they behave. Obaseki said, no. Yeah. We are a society of order. Edo State is a society of a civilization. The white men came here and saw that we are civilized people. Yeah. So how do we now begin to act? This is all like Edo. This is not Edo. So those drivers now, they pay their tax happily. Yeah. And you think they want them Tony Kabaka to return? So all different sectors.
The pensioners too.
The pensioners who were wearing black are now wearing white. Yeah. So you think the pensioners will wait for another government to return so that they will begin to wear black? Name them. What of the young boy, the youths who are learning artificial intelligence? You go to the innovation hub, which he has just mentioned that they are bringing in some Malaysia experts to come and turn it to a university of innovation. That is the new paradigm the world is going. So Obaseki is connecting. So the people who are going to benefit this, the young boys, the university graduates, the undergraduates, you think they will wait?
Of course not.
And allow somebody to come and say what type of innovation? Probably tell Tony Kabaka to put his office tax in that innovation hub. Those are the type of things people are scared of that will return. So the real politics of people's interest on what leadership they want, starting from September 19, is being done behind these settlements. Yeah. So don't worry at all. Don't worry, we have done with the noise, but the real politics is going on.
All right, interesting. Having said that, I also want you to comment on a publication today in virtually all the newspapers where Benin billionaire Captain Kumbo said that he will spend his last kobo to support Izeyam.
Well, the last time I came on the Captain, I had so many calls from our mutual friends. There was so much pressure on my phone. Well, if Captain, because he was the one forwarding my interview to people.
Okay.
He sent it to them. Okay. You see what Lukman is doing. Lukman calling me a coward and all this, that. And they call. They say, Lukman, no, you shouldn't have sent that. Call him to apologize. I said, sir, I have not insulted Captain. I only described what he was doing. Captain, you are a freeborn of Edo State. You have the right to hold a political opinion, to pursue it. Captain, you even have the right to even buy from and contest. And these were the words of Obaseki. But the issue I have with him that made me to be disappointed with him, he spoke to me on the phone on this matter. He told me, what business does he have with politics? What is there? Why are they dropping his name? I asked him a question. I said, sir, have you ever heard that they are dropping Aliko Dangote's name in Kano State politics? Why is it your name? He said, you say, Lukman, you know I was a politician, I was this. Well, these things were now becoming terrible. I called, and later I set my Snoopy Rabbit, and the Snoopy Rabbit returned with a verdict that, yes, he's the one funding the Yamu. He's the one even releasing money for the bad boys, the thugs. So I went, I was very angry. Then I called him, and I expressed my anger, and I told him, please, I respect you as a person. Edo people honor you because they are happy that somebody is also a billionaire from here. So we have a lot of billionaires, but they are very quiet in Edo State. Now that you have thrown that status to the wind, expect a barrage of bullets from us. He say, I will tell my lawyers, if we see anything from you, I will tell my lawyers, you can go ahead. I will arrest you. I say, I'm not Marvelous Zibiri. Try it, you will see. You can't.
Could you shed some light on Marvelous' experience?
No, Marvelous he only shared what he saw. He was not the author of that write-up. Okay. He only shared. Okay. And they brought the entire security apparatus from Abuja to come and pick him. And Captain was trying to, I said, please, you go and find out. I am not that class of human being. If you are doing something, and when you are asked, why are you doing it? If you are courageous, you will say, yes, I am doing it. I have my reasons. But once you are denying, you are not doing it, you are nothing but a coward. So, coming to it now, I gave that foundation so that we'll be able to have a clear picture of what he represents. Yeah. For him to now come out to say he will spend his last kobo on pastors, he is the owner of the money. That's my impression about it. Yeah. So he has the right to spend it for whatever he believes. So since he has now come out to say, I am funding, he say, yeah, man, I'm going to spend the last kobo, he is no longer a coward. Okay. So let us now deal with the issue, Captain, as a politician. Captain, collect money from your friends, empty your bank account, sell your assets, and bring it to Edo to fund this Zayamu's dead project. The market women, the students, the teachers, the pensioners, the property owners in Edo State will not allow your money to work. It's good, let him spend it. He's not putting it into Edo people. Yes, let them collect the money. Yeah.
So it's not a threat.
So it's not a threat at all. Captain is not a threat. He has never been a threat. He has been treacherous. There were some Snoopy information, past things he did. He has been like that. The first time he attempted it was with Oshiomhole in 2012.
Okay, that was after Oshiomhole's first term.
After first term, when he was going for the second term,
okay.
The same captain was gallivanting in the villa, up and down, trying to tell them, give me the PDP ticket. I can now sit to Oshiomhole. I can name names who can be witnesses. Former Deputy Governor of Edo State, Chief Michael Giadome, was the chief of staff to the president then.
Yes.
Anybody that is watching me, they should ask him whether I'm lying. He was the one, even though they were PDP and Oshiomhole was ACN, he was the one that killed that Captain Usa's treachery. He killed it. He walked up to the Mr. President and told him, no, this man, yes, he's not in our party, he's performing. Allow him. Exactly, that's what happened. So that treachery was killed. Okay. Even this particular one that you see is funding Izeyamu, he wanted to, or sit Obaseki by himself. It was when he saw that people know him. People are capable of veiling who he is, what he does. Yes, that is the reason why he has to quickly withdraw.
But he's just a businessman.
I don't want to go into that now.
Oh, okay.
But people know who he is and what he represents, what he secretly represents. Okay. So it was then he withdrew.
So that's beyond the business that we know?
Yes. That's where Izeyamu now came in. So whatever it is, that is the reason why he is investing his last kobo on a failed, rejected project. I wish him well. That's the only thing I will tell him.
All right.
I wish him well. He has the right, it's his money, let him spend it.
All right.
For Edo people. They should collect, our people should collect all the money, ask more. Yeah. Collect all the money.
All right.
That day, PDP, you go and vote your PDP and return Obaseki and let all these people wash away.
On that note, we'll take a break now so that we can have some commercials. We will be back.
Hello, Edo, and welcome to the Snap and Send segment with the PDP Digital Media Team Live Studio. And I'm your host, Oluchi Adiela Nwosu. As the September 19 governorship election draws near, it is important that the good people of Edo State and Nigeria at large stay abreast with accurate information. The Snap and Send segment seeks to turn on the light on all activities in this electoral period. It is imperative that we collectively aspire and report incidents accurately, telling location of incident and using the hashtag Snap and Send. That is hashtag Oredo, hashtag Onwest, hashtag Igweben, hashtag Snap and Send. Tag us on our Twitter handle at Snap and Send. Let's turn on the lights in Edo.
All right, you're welcome back to our program. We'll devote the last segment of the program to X-ray the man Obaseki from the perspective of our guest. Intermittently, we'll be taking your messages, and of course, we can't take calls, and I think after that, we'll round it off. So, Engineer Lukman, you've been around. You worked with the former governor, Oshiomhole. Then the governor was the economic team. Could you tell our viewers, the inner workings of this man, Obaseki? We are aware that, okay, he raised over 380 million for Oshiomhole, as the initial seed money that he got to kickstart his campaign. Then after that, he came to work, abandoned his business in Lagos, came to work here for 8 years without receiving salary, before he now became the governor of Edo State. So how would you rate him, his love for Edo people? I mean, that's so much sacrifice, if you ask me. Well, somebody who's been very close to,
like you rightly said,
yeah.
The issue of Obaseki provided the seed money that fueled Oshiomhole's ambition is well documented.
Okay.
The people, most of the people he organized in Lagos, they were called Edo in diaspora in Lagos, that he put together in the US, all of that. He was doing luncheon to raise this money.
Okay.
It's well documented. Oshiomhole has mentioned it. Everybody is aware of that.
Yeah.
Oshiomhole did not lie because I was part of that process.
Okay.
And I know.
Yeah.
Let's recall that when Oshiomhole's project came into the consciousness of Edo people, like I mentioned the last time, there were 3 that were following him. No party. One is late now, Gregarona, Philip Shoaiba, and myself. Philip provided the leadership for us. To tell you how poor we are then, you see Bini Motel Plaza, opposite this Ama's house. That is where Oshiomhole and all of us were staying. So the real seed money that propelled, do you know, when we were there, that time we were using, Philip Shoaiba floated this organization called PMO, People's Movement for Oshiomhole.
Okay.
I organized a youth group called Freedom Youths, right? Now, it was then that Obaseki moved in. It was when Obaseki raised the first money that you remember, we started with Labour Party.
Yes. That's
we
true.
opened offices across the 18 local governments. Opened a state office here. Opened our campaign office at Ijemide. Made late Abadle Gogi, former Deputy Senate President, the Director General. Those money that revived the system, that made Oshiomhole to be known and to be taken seriously, was provided by Obaseki.
So Oshiomhole just had the vision, but
I
he didn't have the money
so
to drive
he was raising the money here and there, 50 million here, 100 million here, and was pushing it. And that is what made Oshiomhole to be seen as somebody who is serious, because however he should stop lying to people. I was already a NLC president,
a self-made man.
A self-made man who how? So whether you are popular or not is a different ball game for politics. You must, people, when you come to me that you want to become a governor, I will first of all check the car you drive. What car was Oshiomhole using that time? It was green. One green old Land Cruiser. That was the car, the only car he had as a president. How the other cars came, we all knew. Then it was Obaseki that brought in, who introduced him to Dangote? Is it not Obaseki? So you can see that right from the onset, this man had been the man behind. It's just that he doesn't make noise, like Oshiomhole said. He doesn't like noise. He operates, he just wants the result. You see that Obaseki was not commissioning projects.
So Obaseki has always had the interest of Edo
people. Yes, it's Oshiomhole that makes noise. He likes glorifications. He wants to be God. He wants everybody to know him.
So it's even a blunder to say you made Obaseki.
It's a blunder. So Obaseki has been
Obaseki actually made him.
When Obaseki actually made him. When the thing now picked up, that was when the big monies from the government started coming in. So while he was head of economic team, the whole of these programs that Oshiomhole is boasting of were his babies. To tell you how committed he was to Edo people, the office of the economic team, he did not want Edo state money to be used to build it, where he organized resourceful men. They were there in that office and all that. He raised the money from his friends and made that office what it is. Comfortable for thinkers, for project guys. And he was coming from Lagos to supervise the economic direction of Edo State. And Oshiomhole was taking the glory. And he was nobody knew him. He was not in politics. He was not cut out for all these political things. So I know him. I know his ideas. You can hardly leave Obaseki after interacting 5-10 minutes without going with an idea. He's brimming with ideas. And he's passionate about the people. And that was the reason Oshiomhole found him fit to hand over to. And the man is now bringing up probably the ideas he was selling to Oshiomhole and he was not taking. That's why he is faster. All what Oshiomhole used 8 years doing, this man has even now.
Imagine a refinery springing up.
It's springing up from
less than
nowhere.
4 years. In less than 4 years.
Power plant.
Springing up in less than 4 years.
Because what they want to do,
projects we have across the country.
Imagine. Yeah. So he has been a man of ideas and a man of passion and a man of common patriotism to the people of Edo State. So Oshiomhole, what Oshiomhole did that is just the problem is this idea of trying to come and stop the will of the people. Yeah. I don't have any other problem with Oshiomhole than this Obaseki's matter. Yeah. So Obaseki will be preserved by Edo people. His office will be preserved. And we will pray for him. After Edo State, his career will not end in Edo State. Because all his friends who are governors have already seen, they consult him for governance, financial issues. And he resolves it. He has a simple way of getting this done. Now, by the time he's done, in 2024, mark my words, Obaseki will be a brand that every government in Abuja will be looking for. Mark my words. So we are going to preserve him. Oshiomhole cannot kill him for us.
Interesting. Yeah.
We will preserve him. We will pray for him. We will fast for him and ensure that by the time he's done with Edo State, after 8 years, he will now be a kind of asset that every government will want to work with. That is Obaseki that I know. Yeah. And it is that vision he has that has endeared him to Edo people, that they want to preserve him. It is that vision Oshiomhole wants to kill. Yeah. But on a very good note, I gave a biblical view of what has transpired. Yeah. When his brother, Oshiomhole's brother, wrote one tweet, then I have to, is it Oshiomhole brother John Miyaki? And I have to reply him in one of my bullets. They are talking like dogs. We are talking as learned people. Yeah. They are talking from the physical. We are talking from the spiritual. They are talking from deities. We are talking from the Bible. Yeah. I want to assure you today that Oshiomhole is the second coming of the biblical Lucifer. Let me tell you the similarities. Okay. When the Lucifer wanted to dethrone God and assume his omnipotence, what happened? He was thrown down from the throne of grace, and he fell on earth. Yeah. Since that day, the earth has not known peace. True. When Oshiomhole wants to assume God in Abuja, he was thrown down from Abuja and he landed in Edo. As since that day, Edo has not known peace.
Now he's been a hovering and
hovering about, really down, creating all sorts of, making noise, and lying to everybody of things that people have already connected with. Yeah. You are coming to the market of Obaseki, you can say it. Does it make sense?
When the facts on ground,
with the facts on ground that they are seeing, they came up with propaganda. Oshiomhole was saying it, and there is where is the power plant MOU? But Oshiomhole power plant is there.
Yeah, it is.
Just when he said there is no refinery, the team, Abuja team, came to his spare refinery and declared it 95% completed. Yeah. In Ologbo. Yeah. Oshiomhole is boasting of street lights. Have you ever seen any sense anywhere in the world where you power street light with generators? Do you know what that takes away from the government?
It's not cost effective. Of course it's not.
This man partnered with MOU. We love the word. They thought they wanted to tell people MOU. We love the word MOU. Yeah. He brought MOU and signed it with some technical partners, ACCR Energy, provided the seed money, provided the land, waived all taxes, encouraged everything that they needed. Obaseki gave to them. And the refinery is there. Oshiomhole lies will not help him.
Thank you.
I am not even talking of Izeyamo. Izeyamo is not part of it because Obaseki is not contesting with Izeyamo. Yeah. People should see it that way.
That's what the governor also said.
Obaseki is contesting with a ruthless godfather who wants to seize the state and the treasury at all costs. A desperate one. We should be careful. Oshiomhole is very desperate. You know why? Aside governments and taking monies from politicians, what other thing does he know how to do? Obaseki has built a company, a world-class company. You have heard of AfriInvest.
Yeah.
You Google it, go to stock exchange. They will tell you it's a foremost investment company.
Yeah.
Oshiomhole, you don't have anything. You can't do anything. That was why he went to disgrace himself in Abuja, collecting money from aspirants. Fool. Instead of him to use that office to market himself, instead of him to know that this is a spiritual thing, that God that took him to Edo and successfully finished and took him to Abuja, there is an assignment. There is a divine assignment for him in Abuja. And that assignment is not Edo State. That assignment is not to fight Obaseki. That was not the assignment. There is an assignment that was programmed for Oshiomhole. It was like a replica of God saying, I am not done with you yet. Oshiomhole went to Abuja instead of him to have brought advisors to himself. Instead of him to have done away, to have done away with ego.
Yes. In some quarters, people say
he would have, Oshiomhole would have been a bride in 2023. He doesn't know.
Yeah. All he needed to do was to strengthen his relationship with Obaseki.
All he needed was to have Obaseki as his backbone in Edo.
And secure Edo State.
And secure Edo State. Because Edo State now, what the stellar performance of Obaseki, he would be the one taking the glory for bringing such an illustrious son of Edo State. And in so doing, he would have been doing the real national politics, not state politics. Goodwill, invest in goodwill. Push for good people to get tickets. Talk to leaders. You persuade them and get tickets for people, for senators, for governors. Do you know what it means for somebody to sit as a senator today or a governor today and know that Oshiomhole, who assisted him to become that governor, to get the ticket, did not take a dime from him? That is the goodwill Oshiomhole would have. But he was busy gallivanting up at that, collecting money and giving tickets to the ISB. That sometimes he collect the money, he will not give you. So that was, those were his sins. Those were what he did in Abuja.
Those are the issues the APC leaders had against him.
They know. The president has the intelligence, is with him. What was he doing in Yellow House? There was a time they drilled him for 12 hours in Yellow House.
By Yellow House, you mean for the benefit of...
Yellow House is the headquarters of DSS. He was drilled. They provide all of them because the information were made available to Mr. President.
The monies he collected.
The monies he collected from the man, one of our former director of First Bank in Abuja there. What's that his name? Lawal Dauda. He collected $10 million from the young man.
To become senator or
I have asked Oshiomhole to take me to court so that I will provide the evidence. He didn't give him the ticket from Zamfara State. $3 million from Hopus Odima. He was collecting money from people.
And Bayelsa, they also had something.
That is it. Yeah. So how do those people now see you after having collected money?
So this whole fight is about relaunching himself.
He just destroyed himself.
Relevance.
He just wanted to.
That should be part of it. I mean, this whole fight.
Like Obaseki said, he turned to a political bully.
Yeah, the moment he became
talks to a governor or anyhow, somebody who is heading a state, who is representing the state. You look at him as if he's nobody because of you are a national chairman. That is when God gave him a call. Come on, leave this place. And he now came back to Edo State that is creating problem all about as a man around town. So Every of these things will end on September 19th. Trust me with this. It will end, and those state people will put pay to it. Oshiomhole look for some properties and sell, and go and farm.
Yeah.
When Obaseki finishes now, the first thing he will do is to go to his Afri Invest building.
Yeah. Continue with his business.
Continue with his businesses.
Yeah. That is if.
When he goes there, it is there that anybody in power in Abuja, they will now say, this man that did those things like this, come and be my SGF, come and become Minister of Finance. Those are the type of wish we have for him.
All right, so let's take some comments now from our viewers. This one is from Jacob Lawan. He said, I'm very proud of you, the original son of Ukbila. So, I mean, clearly he's referring to you here. Then we have another contributor. His name is Obehi Vincent. He said, Governor Gordon Obaseki is the people's choice. Thank you, Obehi. Then we also have another one from George Agame Omobude. Omobude said, APC is not a threat in this election. The rigging plan will fail. So says Omobude. Then Frederick Odiano said, thank God that our governor has the right people around him. Yeah, so thank you. That's the first set of responses we have. Then we have this other one from Oscar Ekman. And he says, Obaseki-led government has been operating transparent and accountable government. The good Edo electorate are not fools and will not be hoodwinked by the midget and his economic buccaneers. He says, 4+4 project is a success. Then we have another one from Joshua Izedomi. He says, if Oshiomhole wants to contest for governorship, let him publicly notify the masses and stop all the fruitless race. Of course, the constitution will not allow him to run a third term. Perhaps he wants to come in as, is he a proxy now, or he's using Zayamu as proxy for a third term? Is that what you think?
Let for Oshiomhole, Zayamu will be a governor. Okay. Tony Kabaka will be the chief of staff.
Okay.
Shaba will be the SSG. Yes, that's the kind of environment he operates.
Is that the list of the incoming?
I'm telling you, the list of it. There may be no molest. No molest will be the chairman of economic team.
Okay.
So that kind of government house is what Oshiomhole is desperate to want to give to Edo people.
No way.
It will not work
not anymore. Not after the social sanity we have enjoyed in Edo State in the past 4 years. Okay, more reactions now. Okay, this one is from Vincent Obadofin. Adams Oshiomhole wants to rule Edo State by proxy. He just said that. He is not wanted by Edo people. Obaseki campaigns confirmed his overwhelming acceptance. It is 4 by 4, which is 4+4, which is equal to 8 for Obaseki. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so we have another one from Nefi Ufio Shagadi. He says, no man is God. Oshiomhole can't play God either. God wins always. Yeah, and the name of our governor is, the first person is Godwin.
True, yes.
So do we see some invisible hands, the forces that be, in our affairs?
If you really look at Obaseki's project, it's more of God's hand than human beings. Because I have checked what we are doing. We the people campaigning, we the people who I have discovered that we have done nothing. God has just strategically did some things that made Obaseki's return a fit accompli. So it is good to give good names to your children.
All right.
Inogegase and Godwin. Oh my God.
Yeah. So Godwin Obaseki is God's project. Yes. On that note, we call it a day. Thanks for joining us. I'm Isaac Haimuri, Engineer Lukman. Thanks for all the insights.
Thank you, Isaac.
We appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks.
My name is Eseosa Igaro. I am a pupil of Adil Suwa Primary School in Benin City. Anytime I'm going to school, I am full of excitement. I am excited because of the beauty of my school. Our classrooms are well furnished, and of course, our teachers teach us very well. Our teachers with new techniques and electronic devices have made learning very easy and fast. I cannot wait to be in school again tomorrow.
Listen to this. On the 5th of October 2019, thousands of teachers gathered at the Eagle Square, Abuja to honor Governor Godwin Obaseki as their best performing governor. This is because Governor Obaseki's far-reaching redemptive measures have created the right environment with the introduction of Edo Basic Education Sector Transformation, Edo BEST program. Under the Edo BEST program, 11,300 teachers have been trained in ICT. 11,300 tabs have been distributed. 891 schools have been covered. 269,000 pupils are benefiting from Edo BEST. Liberia, Rwanda, Sierra Leone have visited to adopt the model, while states in Nigeria, including Lagos, have also visited and are set to adopt the model. Pupils learn 3 times more of what they used to learn. Edo teachers are the 3rd group of workers in the world to work with Facebook Workspace. 1,200,000 instructional materials have been distributed, and there is community ownership of schools. Governor Obaseki is changing the people's socio-economic destinies with robust basic education in Edo State.
Obaseki na umbrella, Obaseki na PDP we dey. Obaseki no be Obaseki na umbrella, Obaseki na umbrella, Obaseki na PDP, Obaseki na PDP. The symbol is umbrella, PDP we dey. Obaseki no be bro, Obaseki no be bro. Oya, Obaseki shaibu. Them plenty achievements, yo. Like them bring Edo best. Many renovation. Everybody they happy for Edo. They say Obaseki na correct governor.